Shabbat Shalom to all of you. This morning is the second parasha of the fourth book of the Sefer Torah. That is the Bamidbar. The second portion is called Naso. And the idea of Naso is to live up, to be counted. In the last blog that I wrote to you, I said the idea was, are you being counted? And I'm going to go in this direction, because you're going to see here the last block ended with the Levites, organizing and counting the Levites. They already has counted the 12 tribes of Israel that they are going to serve in the army. And now the Creator is going to present an army for himself, in inner army, to help the Mishkan, the Ohel Moed, the tabernacle, the tent of meetings, to prepare to serve the people of Israel. As you know, I have shared with you for a long time, is about Judaism, biblical Judaism. The Hebrew understanding is totally opposite to the way that we are looking today, the Western civilization. It's totally the opposite. We speak a totally different language. Even when we write the Hebrew, it's from right to left. Most of the language is from left to right. That already is telling you something, you know? And it's not the complicated, because the alphabet is only 22 letters, and you don't have like a 100,000 like the Chinese language. This is only 22, but it is very expressive by pictures, and it's not a cognitive language. It's a language of pictures, and this is very important, because it's not to make definitions. It's going to give you going to show you. It's going to give you the what I call the. He's going to not only to show you, but he's going to allow you to follow these ideas, to understand it. Now, one of the ideas, the basic idea, is each one of us, we have been chosen by the Creator. Each one of us, we are a special creation. Each one of us, we have been made according to the likeness and image of the Creator. That is the reason that it's so important to understand about to be counted. Another thing that you're going to see in the midst of the religious understanding is that most of the religious people, they are going to tell you that you need to practice self-denial, asceticism. All this, that is all Greek and in Hindu religion. Totally the contrary. Judaism, biblical Judaism, is just the opposite. Biblical Judaism teaches you about, I have given you life to live. No, not to do sacrifices. I am not impressed about sacrifices. But the religious mentality is teaching you that you need to do that. And then the more holy you are, much better you are. And holiness has nothing to do with being like this. Being that you have been separated for a special job. And this portion, Naso, is going to give you the points, and it's going to go in a process. I told you that the Torah is not written in a chronological way. It's written in a pedagogical way. It's going to teach you points. It's going to get ideas that they're going to give you a line. You know, for example, in this portion, we have the beginning is the counting, and the counting each of the tribes, the families of the Levites. There are 3 families, and one family is divided in 2. The Kehatites are divided in the Kehatites and Aaron's descendants. You know, the Aaron descendants are going to be the Kohanim, or the priesthood. Then Kehat is going to have a line of duties. Then Gershon is going to have another line of duties. And Merari is going to have another line of duty. The same way, that all the tribes of Israel, each one is going to perform certain things according to what the Creator is going to be giving to them. And what is important here is to see that there is a structure and there is an order. You know, the camp is formed, the Ohel Moed is in the center, and you have around the Ohel Moed, you are going to have in the east, looking at the east, you are going to have Aaron and his family. All of them, they are going to be looking in this way. Then you're going to have on the, what we call it, the east, no? You're going to have the Kohanim, and the west, you're going to have Gershon, or the Gershonites. On the south, you're going to have Kahat, you know, that's on the side of Aaron. And on the north, on the other side, you're going to have Merari. Now, each one has a purpose. Only to give you an idea. The Kehatites are the ones that are going to move the ark, you know, and they are going to do with the furnishing of the sacred furnishing of the Ohel Moed. The Gershon is going to have the weaving materials, you know, all textiles and things like that. Merari is going to have all the wooden parts, and then each one is going to do the role. And what is going to do Aaron and they're going to have the ketore, all the special offerings and things, and all the furnitures and everything. They are the ones that are going to deposit and put in the right place in order that the other people are going to carry on and take it accordingly to their purposes. Sometimes to be a Levite is the easy thing, what I say to you, because it's very specific, your role. Be a Kohanim is very easy because you already have your role to play. But what about all of those that are from the other 12 tribes? What do I do? You know, to me, there's no clear statement what is my, what is going to be my things. Later on, we're going to see that some of the tribes, they acquire certain abilities according to their geographical situation. Some, they become a herd of animals, another agricultures, another become merchants, another in the Navy, things like that. And you're going to see different areas that they are going to specialize. What I am telling you is, little by little, each one of us, we are going to understand some of our duties and some of our callings, if I can put it in that way. Remember that I say, all of us, we have been created to the likeness and image of the Creator. There is no one here that can say, I was created by a monkey, even though there are many people who think in that way. You know, or there are certain people that they think they are Martians. You know, that's okay. This is another people. But we know, according to the Torah, that we have been created, we have been made by the Creator to His likeness and image. And this likeness and image has nothing to do with the physical nature, as many of us, most of the materialistic and most of those who go to idolatry, are stuck because they need to have a human figure, an animal figure, or something from the nature figure to worship. Likeness and image of the Creator means in the subliminal, ethereal area, because the Creator is ethereal, doesn't have form. And what is the ethereal part that we have? It is about our knowledge and understanding, our spiritual part, our sense of understanding, talking, communicating, all those areas. That's what makes us likeness and image of the Creator. We can think, we can communicate, we can talk to each other, we can help each other, and we can build something together. See, this is areas that are really what make us likeness and image of the Creator. It's not only but for many of us, everything is physical. And we are lost in the material world. And the material world is one of the greatest challenges for us as individuals. Because our tendency is to go materialistic. And we lost this spiritual side. You know, when the Creator made male and female, he knew what he was doing, by the way, because he created us. And he put a reason why he made male and female. The male has a reason of existence, it has a trajectory and has a purpose. And the female, exactly the same thing, has their own set of situations and resources and reason to exist. When we confuse the Creator's roles for us, I mentioned to you weeks ago that we conduct to what we call it, the confusion creates totally destruction. And it's very destructive. Today, at the moment I am talking to you, do you remember I talked to you that we are going to a transition? And this transition is going from the morality that we are all have from moment of birth, because we have received the Ruach, the Spirit of the Creator in us. His divine presence is in us. You know, that's what I call it morality. That's what I call it integrity. That is something that all of us we have. Little by little we are changing and we become without integrity, or we lose our integrity. We conform with the things of this world, they call it, and we become immoral. And what I told you what immoral means? Immoral is a person who knows what morality is, but doesn't do it. And knowing that it's wrong, still do it. Okay, that is immorality. To that point, there is still hope. Because you have possibility to react. You know? Meanwhile, you have that capability to differentiate right versus wrong. Even if you are not doing, but you know that is wrong. But what happened, the next step? That is the worst thing that can happen to a human being. And this is amorality. This is when the human being cannot any longer differentiate right versus wrong. And when they don't have the capability, and when they don't have the capability, they're going to impose their understandings. And they cannot see anything wrong. It's wrong only what is convenient to them. Wrong is when you go against them in their understanding. But for them, there's nothing wrong. And everything is okay, and everything is good to do it. No moral judgment. We are right now in that situation. The world is going to self-destruction. And you are a historian, you like to study civilization that has fallen. You're going to see that one of the reasons of those civilizations falling is not immorality, it's when they become immoral. This is self-destruction. Well, you're going to see what it has to do with this. Because it's very interesting here. After the census, the first thing that the Creator wants to say is how to keep the camp of Israel clean, tahor. And one of the things he says is to separate all of those who are unclean. You know, we have this tendency to miss the point, and because we are so materialistic, everything we look at from the point of view of material. But I would like to challenge you to get out a little bit of the materialism and go a little bit more beyond your capabilities of being materialistic and to be a little more spiritual. What the Creator is saying there, those who have certain things that are going to keep you out of the camp, is not only necessarily any physical thing. The physical is to give an understanding to the people. These people, but are really the nation. For example, the Saraat, the leprosy. What it was, the leprosy, was the Lashon Hara. No? The evil tongue. And then the destruction of the human being. It's not a physical destruction, the end. The physical destruction is the ending. But the destruction begins in the spiritual being. When we start losing this understanding about right and wrong. And the Creator say, all those people that contaminating with ideas, with things that they are wrong, they need to be separated. They need to be reinstructed. They need to be taught to do what is right. They need to be bring back to reality. You know, I have worked many years with people who have addiction to chemical substances. And let me tell you, the only way, this is very important, the only way that you can do something with these people, if they want to do something. You cannot convince them, you cannot do anything for them until they themselves decided to go through treatment. Many of us were addicted to substance. Many of us, we are addicted to spiritual substance. And we need to be clear, and we need to be willing to say, I need help. I need to be clear. When a person starts losing the capability to differentiate right from wrong, we get in troubles. And that's it happening. When you ask a person and you say, this type of behavior is right or wrong, and that person says to you, I don't know, we are in troubles. One thing is that you can say every human being has the freedom to act in the way that they want to act. But another thing is to say, I don't think that's wrong. I don't know if you are following me here. Why? Because this is the reason why we needed to separate in the camp. We needed to keep the camp clean. If the camp is not clean, the whole camp will be totally infected. And we are right now, believe me or not, even in this community, we are infected. Because many of us, we do not have a clear idea about what is right and what is wrong. Torah talks to us, but we cannot see it. It's okay, well, that's, they choose that. They can choose, they can choose whatever they want to choose. But we have the right to know if this is right or wrong, for me. Not to judge them, for me. I am not talking about judging. I am talking about making my statement. Anyway, then after that, it's going to talk very interesting. The next thing about cleaning the camp is going to do after cleaning the camp. It's going to be the idea of the bidui, the confession. What a very interesting thing, counting you. Are you counted? Are you being counted? Are you doing what the Creator has called? And then they say you need to be clean. If you are infected, you need to separate it for a while. You need to be reinstructed, or you need to be cleansed. The next is the bidui. If you have done something wrong to somebody, you need to go to the person and to make it right. And here even most of the time is talking about material wrong. For example, you robbed somebody or you took something from somebody, you need to restitute and you need to give the 20% extra. This is restitution. 20%. And many people only look at from the material point of view. I want to challenge you, go beyond the material. If you have done lashon hara against somebody, you have destroyed the image of that person. If the image is because we have been made to the likeness and image of the Creator. We have a great depth upon this person, and we need to make it right. Immediately comes the sotah. The sotah is the idea about the adulterous woman, or supposedly the husband is, I call it more the jealousy problem of the man, you know? And it's made a story that is a beautiful story because you can laugh a little bit about that, you know, the way that it's told. That if the husband thinks his wife is unfaithful, take it to the priest, and the priest take a little bit of dust from the floor of the tent of meeting, and then he's going to have holy water. You know, holy water is not like in those places that you put in, you do this. No. It's a special water. It's a separate water. They're going to put the dust. They're going to write something. They're going to burn it, put it there, inside. And after that, the woman is going to drink. And the Kohen say to her, you need to confess if you have done anything, you have not done anything, because if you don't confess that you drink this, your thighs are going to fall down. For a woman, the thighs fall down is not good. And your belly is going to be expanded, and you're going to blow up. You know, man, if the woman is guilty, immediately say, no, I did it. You know, but if the woman has not done it, she doesn't need to be afraid of. And then when she drinks that and nothing happened to her, you know, the husband says, oh, I'm sorry, I fell. And this is a way to protect the woman from the jealousy of the husband. In other ancient codes, the Hammurabi and those things, they have something similar. If the husband feels that his wife is jealous, she makes her cross a river full of crocodiles. And she goes to the other side alive, she's innocent. But if the crocodile caught her, she was not innocent. Then, you know, ladies, you need to learn to swim fast. Anyway, that's the next here is the position of the Nasir. And the Nasir, according to our great sages, they tell us that in certain way is an idea that the Creator is projecting to us this idea, going from the separating the people who contaminated the camp. Then you need to make it right. Then the woman who committed adultery and make it right. You know, now you have the Nasir. The Nasir is the only way, according to the sages, that it is a way that a regular Israeli could enjoy and could taste a little bit of being a Kohanim, a priest. You know, to be in the highest level and for a short period of time. To feel what a Kohanim goes through. They exactly certain things like not drinking during the service or not to be in contact with the death. That is part of the Kohanim, also ritual all the time. Now, we have this, and at the end of chapter 6 comes a beautiful blessing. The Birkat Kohanim, what is the blessing that I have talked to you many years, many times. You know, it's a beautiful short prayer that is divided in such a way that it's not time to me to talk to you, but it's basically that the Creator through the Kohanim is wishing to the people of Israel to be prosperous, to live well, and to be close to Him. And then the last chapter that I wanted to get there. The last chapter of this parasha, the 7th chapter, is the longest chapter in the Torah, 89 verses. And you are a careful reader. It sometimes for many people is the most boring thing to do it. Why? Because the 12 tribes, first of all, the chieftains, they're going to bring their offerings to the Creator. And then after that, each one of them, each tribe is going to bring their offering to the Creator in different days, in 12 days, from the 1 to the 12. And during all these 12 days, it's exactly the same thing, only the change is the name of the tribe. Many people ask this question. Why so much wasting of papyrus or leather to write this parchment, to write the same thing? Why the Creator didn't say, and Judah did this and gave all this, and the rest of the tribe did exactly the same thing, different days? That would be all over. Well, one of the understanding is this, and here is where I want to make an important point. That each one of us is important before the eyes of the Creator, and each one of us, we need to be counted for the Creator. You and I, believe me or not, we have been made in a wonderful way, and we have been made for a reason. Our existence is important. And then we need to work together and to look for what the Creator has given to us. To be counted means to participate. To be counted means that to be there, to be available. To be counted is that I am here to serve, not to be served. Like in the Hebrew understanding, the reason that we have been created as individuals is to serve the community. The New World, the Western civilization, what it teaches you, just the opposite. The reason that the community exists is to serve me as individual, and it's totally the opposite. The scripture teaches you different. And each one of us, we are responsible for our actions, and we are responsible for our participation. And here I'm going to use a word that many people don't like it. And you excuse me if you don't like it. And I am not describing anybody in particular. I am making it in a general statement. Most of the people that sometimes come without any responsibility, I call it freeloaders. What do I mean a freeloader? A freeloader is a person who receive and receive and receive, like a gluttony, but doesn't give anything in exchange. Never gives back. And those people are not counted at any place. You can be a visitor, you can come whenever you want to, but you are not part of the community. And this is what is the problem with Israel at that time. The Creator was giving to Israel very clear responsibilities. One of the things that has talked to you many times, repeated myself, about that the greatest gift that the Creator has given to any of us as human beings, is Bechira Hofshi, free will. Free will, the only way that you can act in free will is when you are free. You are not a slave of anybody. You are not under anybody. And you can make your own decisions. And being free means that decision that you make, you are responsible for it. Nobody else is responsible for your things. Today we live in a society that somebody else needs to pay for it. Because that's religious ideas. They teach you, you cannot pay for your own fault. Somebody else is going to pay for it. And we love it, those type of religions. Why? Because the only thing they need to do is to believe on something. Easy believism is all over the world. The Creator doesn't accept easy believism. The Creator, what He has said, is you were made, you were created for a function to do. To participate. And you don't do it, you are missing the point. The question is this. You have been receiving this free gift, the free will, the capability to do your own things for yourself. I ask you this question. Are we responsible or responding to the Creator in the right way? In that way, our community grows and goes ahead. You know, I was looking at the system in many countries, and I saw, for example, the welfare system. Especially here in Canada, looks beautiful, the welfare system. The welfare system is given to anybody who goes and asks. You know? You can be 18 years old and you say, I don't have a father, I don't have a mother, I don't have a house. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you money. You know? Nobody dares to say, why you don't look for a job? Oh, you need to work for that. Oh, no! You don't take it away, the human dignity. And this system is robbing the human dignity. Why? I don't have any problem for people to be in welfare when they are needed. And we need to help them. The scripture talks very clear. Help the widow, the orphan, and the foreigner. But that doesn't mean to sustain them. It means to help them to starve. Doesn't mean you need to help them to live in welfare the rest of their lives. Doesn't mean that I'm going to take your dignity because I say, you know what, you're going to receive the money, but you need to do something positive. You know what? You know, maybe I'm going to give you this money, and meanwhile you are looking for a job and you don't have anything to do. Go help somebody who's in need. Something simple. One time I dared to say to somebody, you know, you're receiving welfare, go to a hospital and visit somebody who is sick. I don't need to do that. Yes, you don't need to do that. It's being responsible. Go, clean at least your street. No, I'm going to take the job to somebody else. Then you think that the system is good, and what they're teaching us to be freeloaders. And that is in the system, in our mentality. We are so smart that we can live from others. And this is the problem that we have today. Nobody needs to be a freeloader. You are a freeloader, you destroy yourself. I call it responsibility. Why? Because when you have a morality, and when you know you see what is right and what is wrong, you are going to see that you can do what is right. And you're trying to do what is right. Let me finish with this. I was reading, I wrote some terms for me to see what I could bring to you. And now I don't know where I put it, but I have so many papers, maybe. And I was reading the, well, I lost. Always when you want it, you lose. Okay. I asked myself simple questions. The first one I was asking myself is, I am being counted in my community. The people in my community expect something from me. They trust me. They really, I am reliable. The second thing is, I am present with them. I am part of them. That they feel like they can count on me. The other idea is, I am trying to show how spiritual I am, or I am trying to be myself. You know, I mentioned to you in this morning about this idea of self-denial that is so popular in so many ascetic religions. You know, the Creator is not asking us to deny ourselves. What He is asking is to be ourselves. That is important. No, the one thing is to boast about it. Another thing is to be yourself, to participate. Then, we are here, us together, for a common thing, to have a relationship with the Creator and to give that to the rest of the world. You know, the being light to the world. More and more, I see with sadness what most of the society is going through. And you know what I see with sadness? Because more and more, most of us, we have lost the capability to distinguish right from wrong. We are so open-minded that everything is okay. You're okay? You're okay? I am okay. And nobody cares about it. And that's not true. When the Creator separated the 12 tribes from the Levites, they told to the Levites, you are not to inherit any land. And you are going to be servant of your people. And being a Levi is to be in the highest position that you can be. Today, we see it the opposite. Today is how many serve you. You are more important. You see how we have changed our mentality? The greatest joy for a person is to be useful, to bring something. That's the joy. But today, we are in this situation. Give me, give me, give me. What is for me? How many people come to this community and they say, Rabbi, do you have this and do you have that? Can you do that? You know, what is the thing you have to offer me to stay here? And my answer is 0. Then you need to go someplace else. Because you have come here not to be served, but to serve. Oh, I don't like that. They go. Because I pay the service. You see? I pay. We are in a very sad situation right now. But we are glad that we are a community, that we still have brains, and we can think for ourselves. And I am so glad that the Creator is keeping me straight. He doesn't like me too much sometimes when I go do my own things. May the Lord bless you, all of you, and have a wonderful Shabbat.